Welcome to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve.
Let's find out what the topic is.
What's the topic beneath the topic?
What are we going to talk about today, Joel?
Oh, shit. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the actually published version of the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve. My name is Joel.
And I'm Steve. And you guys missed
And-
a hell of a Patreon episode.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I think that the world needs to know that Steve and I are friends beyond this podcast.
Right.
And we love each other. And
Yes.
sometimes love means calling each other out on some shit.
God damn it. Joel's the righteous one today.
I'm not righteous, brother. I'm just saying I'm in a position to see something and you aren't. And you have been in that chair as much as I've been in this one.
Well, it's hard to see things when you're in the middle of it.
I cannot see the forest for the
I
trees.
still don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't either.
metaphor.
What the fuck? I can't. I think what it's
Like,
saying
words
is
of
you
the
can't.
wise. What the fuck is that? Forest for the
can't-
trees. I don't. It's like you're in the forest, so you can't see it because all you can see is trees.
Yes, you can't
Okay.
see. You can't see the. It's like a bird's eye view versus being on the ground. Like you know, the drone. The drone can see the whole forest, but when you're stuck in the middle of it, you can't see the forest because of the trees are in the trees are in the way.
So I would just like to not skip over the fact that you dismissed birds to use drones.
Well,
Welcome
birds
to
are
the
not
21st
real.
Birds aren't real, right?
Birds
Drones
aren't
are
real.
real. Yes.
Drones are very real.
Yes.
So let's just make that very clear.
Okay.
One of my favorite. This is where we're gonna get to a topic, I think. But one of my favorite things to do, especially now that it's spring has sprung, and I get up early with my dog, is I get the Merlin Bird ID app out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah, and I sit in the backyard while Maven sniffs around and does her business, and I check out all the birds that are in my neighborhood.
So since birds aren't real, when one pops up, does it then put the red circle with a slash through it over the bird?
Yes.
Like, no.
Like what you're hearing is not what you're hearing.
Right.
Move along.
Move along.
But and now the other thing I'm into, which is apropos, is that there's like I downloaded a flight tracker app
Oh,
because
yeah.
I noticed the helicopter going around. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I looked up how to do that. And the State Patrol of Nebraska are busy bees in their helicopter these days.
Well, a lot of that is Memorial Day patrolling. If it's recent.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
really?
because of the deaths on O Street in the last few years.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because people.
So don't
street
speed on O
racing.
Street this week
What?
or anywhere else.
Don't
Speed. Says, I'll be the pot. Calling the kettle.
Anyway, yeah, we're what were we talking about? Awareness? What was it? Calling each other out. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Well, I think that's like
That's how we do.
I don't think a good friendship makes it unless you're willing to say, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea, man. Like being willing, and that's scary because I don't want to hurt I don't want, you know what I mean? Like it's hard.
Well, it's the difference between like, hey, I love you and I'm concerned about you, and God, you're an idiot.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that hopefully my comments earlier, which we won't go into specifics, weren't about you being an idiot. It's
No.
just
I didn't take
Okay.
anything. No.
Good.
We've been through a lot of shit together over 20 years, 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are multiple people in my life that have gone out of their way to say, hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, this is what I'm seeing and it concerns me.
Yeah.
You know,
And being willing to say to that same friend who has used their judgment towards you, which I think is a good thing, but also being willing, because I when you said that, I was thinking of times where I've come to you like, hey man, I need to talk to you about some shit that's going on between my ears or in my life, or I need to cop to some shit. you know,
Yeah.
and that's scary. That's just as scary of being able to say, hey man, I think that this is not a good deal.
Well, it's
Or
two sides of the same coin.
exactly. Yeah.
But I think that's where we are fortunate to be in a fellowship that shall not be named. That that's kind of the
Scientology.
yeah, exactly, Scientology. That's kind of the MO, though. It's where you
Yeah.
learn where well, we love each other enough to hurt our feelings.
Yeah.
Like with the truth, right?
Yes.
Not in a like,
You suck.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Well, but there can be an element of that, especially like early on.
Yeah.
Like, let's see, you're feeling uncomfortable and stressed out. Let's take a look at your life objectively. How's
You're
your how's your job going?
right.
How's your marriage? Oh, that's dead. Do your kids talk to you? You're $50,000 in debt and are unemployed. Um, yeah, that all sounds like you should be pretty stressed out.
I remember an early mentor of mine asking me just egregious questions like, how much coffee and cigarettes have you smoked? Have you eaten a fucking sandwich? How much
Right,
sleep are you getting?
right.
Because you sound nuts, And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah. And it just
Maybe let's try sleeping for 8 hours and eating a banana.
right, right. Like, but it's like not like love you enough to pop your bubble, not so
Yeah.
much hurt feeling. Maybe it
Not
is.
hurt feel. I mean, that's an expression, I guess.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But that whole and this is I'm actually talking about another issue that I don't need to get into, but it's like the whole we'll just love you to death.
Yeah.
We'll just keep loving you. Come
Mm,
I'm a hugger. Like
hmm.
no, I'm not in it for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's
Well, I
okay. It's okay. You're doing so good. No, you're not doing good. Look at yourself. Would you?
yeah. Well, I mean, that's the difference though, is somebody wanting sympathy. I mean, I definitely when I got clean and sober, I really wanted to be rescued. And
Yes.
I remember this really and I try to track it and mark it when I feel it again of like this feeling of I want you to do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to take care of
Mm-hmm.
me
Mm-hmm.
in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I really tried to do that with people in recovery, and it just bounced back. It was like,
Yep.
does not compute. I'm like, oh,
Right.
I can't do
Uh,
that with these
and
people.
that's when I hear people say, well, that didn't work for me. What I usually hear is, I wasn't willing to do the work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That fellowship, nah, that doesn't do
No,
it.
it
Yeah.
doesn't do it for me. It's because we're not, when you come, you're like, well, what are you going to do about it?
Well, they didn't fix my problems for me. That's what I
Exactly.
came here. I thought that's what I was coming here for.
Nope.
But the clear thing in any sort of supportive environment is are they seeing and hear you and supporting you, and are you allowed to grow and change and fuck it up yourself too? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like anything that's trying to tell you, I mentioned Scientology, we have the answer. And
Oh,
if you do all of these things,
then you
we
can get
will
the
do it
bubble.
for you. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't think any supportive environment is going to say we are the only way. They're going to say we're a way. If you want to do what we're doing, this, but
These are the results that I've gotten.
we're not going to we're not going to chase you around.
We're going to take a simple kit of tools and lay it at your feet.
Right. We're not going to chase you out of the casino, right? We're not going to
Nope.
pull you off of
Bar
the poke
stool.
yeah, bar stool, the poker table, the drug house. Like
Right.
that's I mean, it's fucking yeah. I mean, this practice and other practices have I that's the thing, like the fact like I'm surprised that you're like, oh, that was helpful because there's still a part of me that's like, don't upset people. Like there's a people pleaser in me that's
Of
like, don't,
course.
you know what I mean? Because like I want to be liked. You know what I mean? Like toxically want to be liked. And I don't want to hurt people's feelings. But it's a nice reminder that like because I was feeling that and I was like, well, I want to be honest. And sometimes honesty is the most loving thing you can do, especially
Hmm.
if there's a trust between friends or
Yes.
people. Yeah. I need to trust that because
Hmm.
sometimes I don't.
Same.
I'm so concerned. Like, yeah, I'm noticing that a lot lately. I was talking to my therapist about it a couple weeks ago. Just like new opportunities to be honest, in a fork in the road where I would really just like to avoid the conflict or make it all better, or you know what I
That's
mean?
it's my
Like,
specialty.
or run away,
Sure.
blast, yeah, pull the ripcord, get out,
Ghost.
ghost. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
try. I really try not to do the ghost thing anymore. I try to at least have something resembling an honest conversation, even if it's just like, yeah, I'm out.
yeah. That's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Because I'm such a big deal. If I remove myself from you, you're going to be what's going to be of you?
That's not how I think of it.
I don't either, but I'm denying. Yeah,
I am your higher power.
but you didn't know that.
Right. Yeah.
It is hard though to set. Like what I hear you saying is like setting a boundary.
Yeah.
I,
Well, it's just no, it's more like to like ghost culture is just a thing.
it is, huh?
Yeah, it's just a thing. Like you just got ghosted. Like people, yeah, I got ghosted by
It is.
jobs, by lovers, by whatever, it's like
Yeah.
for potential, whatever. It's like, I just got ghosted. And so I try to me, almost even just giving the common courtesy of like telling someone to their face, this isn't working for me. I got to go.
Yeah.
And that's all the conversation really needs to be. But like, that is almost an act of rebellion for,
Well,
for
I think that
society.
I don't know how it I don't know how it I could imagine that in the current digital dating world that is really easy or that's the simplest way. I don't know that it's easy, but it's definitely like, you know, the communication back and forth is done and I don't have to deal with the fallout from that. So I'm just going to erase myself from you. But I would imagine, I mean, like there's more disconnection from other people more so than ever. So ghosting has become more of a thing because you don't have to look somebody else in the eye and say, I'm not
Right.
okay with that,
You don't
or
have to.
I'm done, or I need to walk away, or I don't like that, or, I don't want to, you know, I don't like mushrooms, stop making them for me, or whatever it is,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't put mushrooms on the pizza.
Ugh.
And I'm
Are
sitting
you,
here
are you,
as you've been talking, I've been sitting here thinking about myself, and I realized, oh no, I ghosted that person.
yeah,
So I'm not perfect. I'm trying though.
yeah.
Hmm.
Fucking mushrooms too, man. I've just started, you know what I've started to do with that? I hate mushrooms.
I gather. Okay.
Let's just be very clear about this,
I
which is hard as a vegetarian because a lot of things
have
like they're
mushrooms
like,
in them.
oh, you don't eat meat? How about this mushroom? I'm like, nope.
No.
So I've started. Kirsten just she thinks that this is dishonest. Maybe she does. I think she's just rolled her eyes at this, but I'm like, I just started telling her I'm allergic
Oh,
to just really set the boundary. Maybe that's probably dishonest, but it gets the point across. Like,
right.
don't
It's a lot easier than having a like.
I don't prefer the
I need you to hear what I'm saying.
yes.
If you put mushrooms on this, I'm not gonna like your restaurant.
I'm not gonna, I honestly, like, I'm not the kind of person to send something back. I probably would if it was like, I'm gonna pay $25 for a meal and you put mushrooms. I'm like, I can't do
I
it,
can't
man.
eat it. I want to enjoy my $25 meal.
Yeah. And not put slimy. I mean, and that's the other thing too. I don't want
So
anybody to
you
try to,
don't do the portobello sandwich.
I know.
It tastes just like steak.
No, it doesn't. Don't
Exactly.
lie. They have fake steak now. Why do I need to fucking grill a mushroom?
They have fake steak now.
Yeah, Beyond Burger I think it's Beyond or Impossible made like an actual like chop of fake steak. It's not genetically, I don't know how I feel about that. Like there are labs that are growing
Growing meat.
growing actual tissue
Yeah.
and then grill and it's like, okay, well, an animal didn't die for this,
Right.
but eh,
What's a guy to do?
What's a guy to do?
I
I don't even
mean,
know. But no,
I would try the lab grown meat.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I'd try it. I guess maybe.
Then we find out it's really just flesh from all the El Salvadorians that are being shipped off to
Jesus.
wherever.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It's lab
But then
grown.
the other thing with the mushrooms, and this is like a total analogy or allegory for boundaries. It's like then somebody will try to convince you, right? And I have talked to people that hunt morel mushrooms,
Oh yeah.
and they're convinced that I'm gonna like them. They're like, I'll saute them with butter and garlic, and you'll love it. I'm like, but don't also when I say I don't want a thing, don't try to convince me that I do.
I understand that too. I have a real aversion to that dynamic.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
the fuck you guns come right out. Like, no, yeah, 100%. Like, don't even like I'm out. Have you
it's
not
that
met
that
me? Like, if I decide to try it, it will be on my time on my terms.
yeah. The oppositional defiant disorder in me
Yes,
sees the oppositional
oppositional
defiant.
defiant disorder in you.
Yes.
Namaste.
Namaste. Peace and blessings.
Yes,
Yeah.
and go fuck yourself.
Yeah. But then this is the other complicated thing, which is like there is probably a scenario where I would try it just to people please and then be mad at myself. So there is that.
And
So I
then
can
once you're
say
done
this,
being mad, then the being mad at yourself would turn into being mad at them.
of course, because
Yes.
that's the only place it can go.
Well, right.
It's not my fault.
No,
You did this to
you
me.
did this to me. Did they tie you down and force the morale down your throat, Joel?
It felt that way,
Yes.
therefore it did
And that's
happen.
I immediately went there too. It fucking felt like it.
And that's all I need. If it felt like it
That's
was
it.
real.
It's real.
My feelings are gospel,
Well, they are to me. It matters to
except
me
when
how
they're
I
not.
feel.
Except when
Well,
I
but it's
deny them for you. My feelings are the truth, unless I do mental gymnastics to deny them for your approval, and then I hate myself even more.
right for a few minutes. How do we get through the days?
I don't even know. I don't even know. I think we just put one foot in front of the other.
That's what they say. Just as
I
clueless as
did.
before.
You asked me if I to go to a show last night, and I was like, no, because I went to three separate high school graduation parties
Good
yesterday,
Lord God Almighty.
and I was sociable.
hmm
I got all my points for my outing.
Good for
I
you.
yeah, I didn't. I had small talk with people.
Uh-huh.
I was there. I dressed
You
appropriately.
can do that. You're good at that.
Sometimes, but I was like by the third one, I was like, I
Mm,
got to dig deep.
the veneers coming off.
Yep, I got to dig deep for this one,
hmm
and it worked out.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I opted to just stay home and chill and rest.
that's good for you.
But
You didn't go to the.
I did
I
not
didn't
go
even
see
ask
George
you if you
Clinton.
went.
I did
You
not go
didn't.
see George Clinton. I could have. I
Yeah.
thought about it. 30
hmm
bucks. I mean, that's pretty reasonable.
And the Steelhouse is a great venue,
It's
man.
great. Yeah. And I'm sure it was fun and fine and all that. I've seen George a few times over the years. And generally speaking, it's been phenomenal.
hmm
But I mean, at this age, the last time I saw him, it was just him kind of directing the proceedings.
Yeah, right.
He didn't.
He's not playing.
Well, he never really plays kind of the singer frontman person. That's
Oh, right,
basically
right,
what
right,
he's always done. But I mean, the band was definitely Young Guns hired.
right,
Just
right.
hired. It's like the Academy of Funk, basically.
The Funk Academy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And the last time I saw him was really heavy on like almost like more new metal funk.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't like. I was like, this is not. I'm
Yeah.
old, and I want to hear. You know, we want the funk.
Yeah.
I want to
Right.
hear Flashlight. I want to hear. Like lay
Yeah.
down. And kudos for trying to break new ground and all that. But I was like, I don't. This is not. I mean, I don't listen to Korn. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't.
The Corn
I don't
version
want
of
any. I
funk.
don't want any corn in my funk. I want
That's the title.
horns. Yeah, I don't want any corn on my funk. There you go. I'll write that down. You have a pen?
Somebody's got to write. Sally, will you write that
Yeah, I
down?
don't want any corn on my funk.
I'm obsessed with a new YouTube channel. I don't know,
Oh
it's
yeah.
new to me. It's not new at all, but it's new to me. Rick Beato. Do you know Rick?
I know that name, but I don't know why.
He's like a recording engineer, he's a
Yep.
musician, and he's got a YouTube channel that he just interviews everyone. Like I started seeing little clips from him on social media. I'm like,
Yep.
I thought it was a podcast. So I'm like looking for this guy. I'm like, so this guy just puts out little clips and he's talking to Mike McCready and Jeff Ament from Pearl Jam. He's talking to Brendan O'Brien, one of my favorite sort of record producers that produced every album I was obsessed with in the 90s. He
Yep.
talks to fucking Stuart Copeland, Sting, Steely Dan. He
Mm-hmm.
talks to all these people. I'm like, where the fuck do I listen to this guy? And then I was like, oh, he's on YouTube.
Ding.
And so I have watched probably in the last 72 hours 5 or 6 hours of his content.
Oh.
Just put it in my face, just
Uh-huh.
shove it in my ears. Like he and he like but he's like a recording engineer. He has a studio, he records, but he also had a band for a while. So he can talk really nerdy shop with these musicians. I'm like, how is he getting these people? Like, how is Sting and Stuart Copeland and Danny Carey from Tool, and how are these people sitting down with him? Like, I'm like, who is this fucking guy? Because he's able to just get into. He was talking to Danny Carey, the drummer from Tool, about whether he used 2-ply or 3-ply drum heads and like how he
Danny
tuned.
Carey's not a lightweight.
Dude, that guy is a fucking monster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my current new obsession is just watching every interview with Rick Beato.
Yeah. I'm looking at his wiki right now instead of listening to you.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's crazy. I'll have to check him out. Rick
Yeah, he's
Beato.
great. He's great. And like I mean, I'm going through like I listened. Okay, so I found because he recently interviewed Mike McCready and Jeff Ament from Pearl Jam, and I was like, okay, well, I gotta watch this.
Right.
And then he sat down and then I watched the Danny Carey one, and then watching. I just finished the one with Matt Cameron, the drummer from Soundgarden and Pearl Jam
Mm-hmm.
now. And I'm gonna listen to the one with Brendan O'Brien, and then I watched one with uh, Kim Thayil, the
Oh
lead
yeah.
guitarist from Soundgarden, and
Mm-hmm.
Chris Novoselic, the bassist from Nirvana, and the dude from Skinyard, who I really feel bad. He fucking they had all three of them there, and it was just the Kim Thayil and Chris Novoselic show. And
Right.
this guy who like produced the first Nirvana album and like had a really influential but band in Seattle that didn't go anywhere, Skinyard. He was just kind of sitting there like, I'm just kind of the third wheel here. Why am I?
Yeah, I'm
I
just
felt
gonna
bad for him,
right.
but that was fascinating. And yeah, dude, he's awesome.
So speaking of awesome, we went and saw something in Omaha. When
Oh
was that?
yeah, fuck yeah.
The Cot.
Takat,
Yep.
Takaat,
AAT. I'd say the other band's name.
Mesa Booey.
Oh no. Yes, them also the opening
Oh,
act. But I meant the band that Takat is born out of,
I don't
who
have
I
it in
actually
front
think
of.
is a person.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, like they back this particular artist,
Modu Mokhtar. How do you say that?
Mokhtar. I would say
Mokhtar.
Mokhtar.
Mokhtar, yes.
Madhu Mokhtar.
Madhu Mokhtar. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, he's a person.
he is a person. He's
Well,
a
that's
human
his
person.
stage name.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Mokhtar. Yeah. Tuareg guitar music. That's what he performs.
and that is like Northern Africa,
It is well, he's Nigerian.
Nigerian,
But Taka, they hail from Mali.
Mali. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, that was Mesa Booey was what
Wasn't that their trip, huh?
okay. I just want to say that what I really love about them is that they find a groove and then a couple of people are allowed to just unravel it,
Yes.
which
And
I really because
it's
the rhythm
delightful.
section is keeping the groove going,
Hmm.
and then they all just get to kind of like all of a sudden have a Tourette's fit of sound and just fucking undo it. And this,
Yeah.
but the groove is still going. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
really cool. So it was like, because you said it was kind of noise, and I was like, I'm like, I've been to some noise shows, and it wasn't. It was like it was, but it wasn't. Like it
Yeah,
had a foundation,
they're
but then
their
it,
own thing for sure.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
Jim
what are those?
Schroeder.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Jim
Uh-huh.
Schroeder. And then
What were you
um
gonna ask?
what are the instruments that he makes? What are
Oh,
the
Jay.
yeah, Jay Kramer. What are does he
Jay's
have
a
a
whole
name
other.
for the
I need to get him on here if he'll join us.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Jay's just the best guy, and well, he makes instruments.
But does he have a
I
name
don't
for
think
what
he
that
names them. He just
that's so
makes them and plays them.
basically are they piano strings strung over different
No, no, not even. A lot of times it's like springs and just strips of metal, and he'll build a wood base and or not.
and
Like
he's
his
but he's
workshop has things that I mean that was a very small sampling of what he's actually built. Like
right.
those are like the portable instruments easily.
Was he the same artist who created like a bunch of guitars hanging from the ceiling and then the electrodes sort of playing them all at once? Is that the same artist, or am
No,
I thinking somebody
I
else?
don't think Jay's done that.
Okay. But he's like putting pickups in these pieces of wood and
Yeah,
then
and stringing things on it, and
it's amazing.
yeah, yeah. One of these days we'll have to get you over to his workshop.
I would
It's,
love that.
yeah, it's great.
And the get one I mean, not Jim, but the other guitarist who was kind
Who's
of
name?
the I don't know his
Yeah,
name.
I don't
The dude
either.
with the really long shaggy hair. He was
Yeah.
awesome too. He reminded me
Hmm.
of what's his name from Wilco, who would just like
Oh,
have this
Nels.
have this fit
Hmm.
of sound come out.
Hmm.
And it's just like, you can he's doing it, he's giving to the whole experience, but he's also kind of just like
Blech!
really releasing a demon,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? It
Uh-huh.
was great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But in a controlled fashion.
Totally. It
Yeah,
wasn't yeah, it's
it was
not.
under his control.
Yes. And
Uh-huh.
it served the experience because they all kind
Yeah.
of were allowed to do that in points.
Well, and I was watching Jim, and he was definitely leading the band
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
head nods and yes,
Mm-hmm.
and let's keep that going. And
Yeah. Well, there was a moment before they took the stage where I saw Jim and Jay. Jim sort of had the set list. He's like, this is what we're gonna
oh,
go through, you
hmm,
know. We're gonna go to this thing and this thing and so yeah, he was kind of the band leader. That
hmm,
was great, man.
yeah, Mesa Boots. And the first time, and only other time I've seen them, they had more instruments. They had a piano player and like another keyboard, and
Hmm.
so it was kind of like the rhythm section held it down while everybody else went. Woo! It's
And
really
the Takat band, like
phenomenal.
they were they were they were something else. And like
They summoned the spirits.
yeah, and it was like this like droning
Hmm.
repetitive trance thing.
Yes,
And
dance
the
double trance.
and it was like the first song or two, we were all kind of like nodding, like we don't know if we're allowed to kind of let rip. And then
Yeah.
those three girls sort of just
Uh-huh.
rushed in front and were like, we're gonna dance to this. And
Yep.
they loved it, and the whole
Yep.
room
Everybody loved it.
changed.
Yep.
That was super cool. It's like
Yep.
this is supposed to be moved to.
Yes.
Like,
Dance
let
party.
this affect you. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, that was I really had flashes of like because of the instrumentation, just drums, bass, guitar, and the bass
Yeah.
player is from New York,
Okay.
and I think he's the business connection. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He's booking the tour, kind of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And producer and
Oh,
yeah, yeah. And I can't remember Mikey something. But I had flashes of like this kind of feels like what it might have been like to see the Jimi Hendrix experience.
right. Yeah.
Just that level
Yeah.
of like, whoa.
Yeah.
Hmm.
100%.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like, this is blowing me out.
It's primal.
Yes.
Yeah.
My dog. She's tangled up in the charger cord of my laptop. Maven. Maven. There we go.
He's like, oh, you're not going to pay attention to me. We'll see about that.
I will pull this whole thing down.
That's right. That's right. We'll see about that.
Yeah, that drummer too was drumming with a fury.
Fury. Yeah. Uh-huh.
He was beating the shit out of those
He was
drums,
beating
man.
the shit out of those drums. It was
A
great.
lot. It was
Uh-huh.
great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was fantastic.
Yeah, that was
Hmm.
really cool. I'm glad I was able to do that because, like, we talked about a lot here, and yeah, you're going to see a lot of cool shit. And sometimes I'm like, do I really want to go to Omaha on a school night?
I know it's like too much, but that worked out okay.
It worked out great. I feel
Mhm.
like I want to take you up on more of that, especially on summer mode, you know?
Yep, and yeah, Summer Joel. Well, yeah, we got to go to the low end things at Bemis. They're
Y-
free. They're great.
Yeah, for sure.
Thursday nights, most Thursday nights.
They just have
Um,
a random local
no, they're
act.
not local. They're touring.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's really
Oh,
good. Hmm.
okay.
Hmm. Yeah, free.
I like free too.
That's what I'm saying. And they're always really interesting. And stuff that's not uh what am I trying to say? Not I don't know. They're just really good.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, and again, they start at like 7, and you're home by 10.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's fantastic.
Give me a 6 o'clock. Give me a five
That's
o'clock
what I'm
show.
saying.
You know what I mean?
So
That
there's
way
a
you can
couple.
get over. You can get over to Tud and Wally's and get an ice cream and then go home.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's right up the street, Ted and Wally's.
Yeah.
Go get yourself a $15 milkshake, and
I don't know if it's worth $15. It was pretty fucking
pretty
good.
fucking good. That's right. Um, things coming up. We got the Nebraska City Bluegrass Festival on June 7. I think it's June 7th. That'll be fun.
Yeah, where's
Bodega.
that at?
It's in Nebraska City.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting that you say that. I didn't know
Yeah,
it was
June
baked
7th.
into the fucking title, Joel. Jesus Christ. Where's that at?
It's in Nebraska City. Yeah, I don't know. That'll be fun. That's I think
Is that a Simrad joint? Is he putting that
yeah,
on?
it's a Simrad
Oh
joint.
yeah.
I believe so, yes. Um then also Bodega's Alley is reopened under new ownership. And so
The
we're all
new,
excited
new,
about that.
new Bodega's Alley.
Exactly right. Yes. And so shout out to them for, making that happen again. And
Hmm.
they're having a soft opening on the 30th with the Midland Band, I believe.
Oh.
I think that's who's playing there, but that will be fun. And they've had some stuff. They've been open. They were open this last weekend. I didn't stop in, but um, yeah, I'm glad that's happening. And then on the 14th, I'm playing bluegrass in Columbus, your old stomping grounds.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry I'm gonna miss that.
Yeah, that's lame.
Sucks. It sucks. That sucks, dude.
Yeah, it's the Columbus Pickle Festival. It's pickle everything. And so Brian Gherkensmeyer, the AKA Pickle here in Lincoln, has a bluegrass joint that they got asked to play, and he asked me to play bass in it. So
That's fucking dope.
it is fucking dope. And I've been actually focused practicing bass, stand-up bass, because I need to get my calluses up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll be bleeding 20 minutes into the show.
That's pretty metal though, if you were just bleeding all over your bass
Have
for
done that.
bluegrass.
I have
Yeah.
done that. It's embarrassing, is what it is. Because
Like,
all
oh
the
my
other
God.
players are like noob.
Somebody get the bloodborne pathogens kit
Pretty
out.
pretty much for
Herbauer's bleeding all
this
over.
fucking guy.
The sprinkler of blood.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not a guar
embarrassing.
show. This is fucking bluegrass. Come on.
Exactly right. Well, yeah. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
and
dude. I'm sorry to miss that,
I
man.
got to learn like 30 songs, none of which are terribly complicated, but you want to get them right.
You don't want to be like me my freshman year of college being asked to play bass in a jazz ensemble at Wesleyan and not knowing anything and
Anything.
just up there just plunking
Vroom,
out.
vroom, vroom.
And the fucking leader, the jazz professor there is looking at you with like, what the
What?
fuck are you doing here? I might have been high too,
You're
just
like,
up on the McDonald's stage, just like in front of everybody, just high as fuck, just like, oh, this is jazz, I guess. And he's like, he's not even playing the notes.
but it's jazz, man.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't
So,
understand
so
what I was trying to
exactly.
do.
I'm sorry that you don't understand my avant-garde
Yes,
methodologies.
I'm headed
And then he's
for,
like, dude, we're playing Benny Goodman.
yeah, there are notes in front of you, and you don't know what they are.
Right. Hmm. They just didn't appreciate you.
They didn't, and that's why
You're
I
you're
never
ahe-
played with them again.
you were ahead of your time.
Yeah, man. I was like, well, I am never going to play in your jazz ensemble again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I'm taking my lack of musical knowledge elsewhere.
So speaking of lack of musical knowledge, I wish I would have gone to see AC/DC in Chicago.
Yeah, you blew it, dude.
I did blow it actually. I have a friend that went by himself, just went up and took himself on a selfcation, wandered
Hmm.
around Chicago, and then went to. I was watching YouTube videos. I'm like, that would have been so fun.
Yeah,
Angus Young's 70 years old,
I'm ripping it.
just killing it. Yeah,
Yep,
Soldier Field. You
that's
know,
amazing.
yeah,
That's amazing.
that's what I'm saying. Nice work if you can get it. You know,
Nice little retirement plan.
that's what I'm saying. And why wouldn't you if you could? And
Yeah,
Rolling Stones, I'm looking at you. You know,
yeah, right.
why the fuck wouldn't? And the Dead, Jesus fuck Christ.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
60th anniversary in Golden Gate Park. That reeks.
And if it
Peter,
wasn't such a pain in the ass to be in San Francisco, I would go.
Peter
But that's not
Shapiro.
true. I wonder. I mean, here's the other thing. And Armando McLean, if you're listening,
Why would you
Arma-
be at this point
I
though?
know Armando. I don't know why you would, but if you are, you might have Steve
Might
and
have a
Joel.
house guest.
You might have a house guest. I know you're in Oakland, but you know,
You
can we
know.
can we
Come on,
crash in?
buddy. Hey,
Come
I
on,
sent
bud.
you. Hey, Armando, I just want to say I'm the one that sent you stickers. Not
Yeah,
me, not Joel, me.
yeah, right.
I'll see you. I'll see you in June or whenever the hell it is. When is that? August?
It's August. It's like the first weekend in August.
I don't know. I don't have a feeling about that, which is weird to say. Like
Yeah,
I'm pretty content to just let that happen without my
yeah.
presence.
Hmm. The only thing that's interesting about that is that there's gonna be other artists there. It's not just a Dead and
Well, with
Company
Billy
joint.
Strings and
Trey and
Sturgill Simpson,
right. That's not
who's
gonna suck.
actually that's not going to suck. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Hmm. Billy Strings will bring the Wooks to the yard.
Yeah, that'll be yeah.
I don't know. That's that whole. It's like I can't. It almost feels jumping the sharky, but they've jumped the shark so many times.
Uh, Maybe they're not jumping the shark, they're riding it at this point. And
I think
that's
that's
it.
a more
That
accurate statement.
that's
I
it.
think that's
That's
actually pretty true. Yeah.
you
Like,
know,
why
like
wouldn't you?
yeah, ride the shark until it eats you. Go for it. Fuck it.
It's not like they haven't done that before either.
Right.
Wall of
So it's like
sound, I'm looking at you.
they can't really like
I mean,
what could they do
they were
to
always trying to sell out.
yeah. So it's kind
So
of on
it's like,
par. Like
exactly.
I don't know what you're upset about.
I'm not. I'm not upset.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Finish the mic
Yeah,
off.
I mean, more power to them. You know,
Yeah.
more power to them. Get them. If you could sell a $7,600 VIP package,
That's a lot.
that's what I'm saying. That's a
What
lot.
could be more VIP than standing in Golden Gate Park listening to that music though?
Well, that's just it. Like you could do the dirt surfer thing and just go stand in Golden Gate Park and hear the music.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
Without paying $600.
Yeah, that's a big place. You could probably just hang out and
Which
hear it.
to so the like regular 3-day pass is like $563 something,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
for all of that is pretty reasonable, all things considered.
Right.
People are paying 400. I paid $500 for 2 Guns N' Roses tickets.
Oh,
Jesus fucking Christ. Now that I'm mad about.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
Yeah. It was.
Thank you. God, that was dumb.
Well, 2 words, Duff McKagan. I like Duff McKagan a lot.
Hey, I like Slash.
Yeah, Slash.
But that
is
was it.
pretty fucking-
We've already covered this.
Yeah, we've covered this.
But
I'm
for those
paying
of
a
you that haven't listened to that episode, I saw Slash like 3 weeks before Guns N' Roses with his band for like $60 at a casino, and it was fucking great.
yeah.
Like one of the
I'm
best rock shows I've ever seen.
I'm paying a pretty penny to go see the Sesanta, the Maynard James Keenan
Oh yeah, yeah.
birthday tour.
I thought I was wondering if you're going to that.
I am going
That's
Perfect
with Steve
Circle.
Vai too, isn't he on that joint?
No,
No,
no, he's not
no,
on
that's
that.
the other thing. Yeah,
That's the other. That's
E3 or whatever.
the beat thing with.
I don't know.
No, this is Sesanta. So
It's Primus and Tool.
no, it's Primus, A Perfect Circle, and Pussifer.
Oh, the
And
Tool
they're
guys
yes, and they're all on stage. And
simultaneously.
they play one band plays 3 songs, one band plays 3 songs, the other, and then they just rotate out. There's no opener, they just go for it.
Oh, that sounds great.
They all have their own drummer and they all have their own sound people, I guess. I watched an interview with
Wow.
Maynard on that Rick Beato podcast thing.
Who?
Rick Beato. Where is it? It's in Nebraska City. And they all have their own sound people. Like, that's a lot. It's not like they
Yeah.
put one group of people together. It's like each band gets their own thing. And so they
Okay.
have 3 drummers, you know. Yeah, it's
I
gonna be
love it.
wild.
That's pretty actually kind of innovative.
Yeah, it's pretty. I feel like that's a pain in the ass, but it must
Kinda.
work, like, just to
I
like
mean,
actually
pain
do
in
all
the ass
that.
for the roadies.
Exactly,
Yeah.
like it's a big production.
That's something that I've noticed at the local shows that are multi-band joints now is they just have one drum kit,
Right.
and that works really well because it really saves a lot of time in between
Yeah.
bands.
Right.
And everybody just kind of adjusts,
Right. Everybody plays the same kit.
They can get up and make minor adjustments, but I mean, a few toms, a floor tom, a snares, and cymbals, like
Yeah.
that's neat to see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well,
I got to cut it short, man. I got to
sweet.
go. I got to go to Kirsten's niece's birthday party.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it's a human this time.
What are you talking about? Oh, because I go to dog birthday parties. Cool. It is a human.
Okay, good. Well, wonderful. What are we calling this one?
I don't want any corn in my funk. Is that
no corn. Don't put corn in my funk. I don't want corn in my funk.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right. Well, have fun. Have a nice summer.
Man. Have a nice summer.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
forget, toot your hooter.